The son of Norway's crown princess is on trial today in what's been described as a tense moment for the country's royal family. Marius Borg Høiby is facing 38 charges, including 4 counts of rape. Syan Vallance is covering the trial and joins us now from our London bureau. Syan, hi there. Now, what are the details of this case, given how many charges he's facing?
Hi, Girish. Yeah, so dozens of charges here, and they're quite varied. As you said, there are those 4 counts of rape, most seriously, but there are also charges for sexual assault, traffic offences, drug trafficking, and breaching a restraining order, among other charges. And this all really started on the 4th of August in 2024, when police were called to an apartment in an upmarket suburb of Oslo, and they found Mr. Høiby's ex-girlfriend, with head injuries in a scene of absolute chaos. There was a shattered chandelier, her broken phone, and a knife stabbed into the wall. Now, Mr. Høiby was arrested a few hours later, and then 10 days after that, he released a statement apologising and admitting to the vandalism and the assault, saying that he struggled with substance abuse issues for many years. But that was not the end of the issue. So a few weeks after that, police arrested Mr. Høiby again, and that is when they laid all these other charges. Now, just for some context here, his mum is the Crown Princess of Norway, but Mr. Høiby is not a royal himself. His mother, Mette Marit, married the Crown Prince of Norway when he was 4 years old. So he's grown up very much as part of the family. The Crown Prince is seen as his father, the King as his grandfather, but he has no official title or responsibilities, unlike his younger siblings who are next in line to the throne after their father. But he has had a life that Norwegians are incredibly interested in. So, of course, in this case, there's a lot of interest in the trial. Now, his lawyer says that he denies most charges, but if he's convicted of the rape charges, he faces up to 10 years in jail.
Yes, and this does come at a difficult time for the Norwegian royal family, doesn't it? What's the wider context here?
Well, his mother, Crown Princess Mette Marit, was mentioned dozens of times in the latest release of the Epstein files. Now, she already apologised for her relationship to the convicted sex offender back in 2019 when it emerged that they did have a friendship, but it wasn't known how close that friendship was. And in the latest tranche of emails that have been released, the exchanges between the two are incredibly friendly. It seems there is a very close friendship between them, and that forced the Crown Princess to apologise over the weekend and say that she showed poor judgment. And in an incredibly unusual move, the Prime Minister backed that up and agreed that it was poor judgment. Usually the government does not comment on the Norwegian royal family. And this comes as the Crown Princess battles severe health issues. She has a chronic lung condition that means she's actually in line for a lung transplant. And to complicate matters further, Crown Prince Haakon's younger sister, Princess Martha Louise, renounced her royal duties a couple of years ago to marry an American conspiracy theorist and self-confessed shaman. So it's been a very dramatic time in the Norwegian royal family, especially because the King and Queen are almost 90. So coming towards the end of their reign, Girish.
Yeah, lots happening there. And Syan, how long is this trial expected to run? And what's the level of interest, public interest in the UK where you are and across Europe?
The interest is enormous. It's expected to run for 7 weeks, so it should finish towards the end of March. But interestingly, Mr. Høiby was arrested again on Sunday and charged with some extra offences that he'll be tried for separately. So that means he will not actually physically walk into the court. He's going to be in custody for at least 4 weeks. But that's not going to stop the media attention. I spoke to one royal commentator in Norway who said that the monarchy there is basically the epicentre of society. But he also told me that they've done sort of an effective PR job of making this look like it is not a trial for the monarchy. And while their approval ratings and their popularity did dip slightly when he was arrested, that has since lifted. This could, however, lead to some uncomfortable revelations throughout the trial, because there have been serious questions raised about what the Crown Prince and Princess knew about the alleged offending and when. So that's something that we'll have to wait and see. We do know that they won't be attending the trial. The Crown Prince put out a rare statement last week, basically saying that while he is an important part of their family, Mr. Høiby is a private individual. He then expressed sympathy for the victims and for the justice system of Norway. But we just now have to wait and see how this does play out. As I said, the King and Queen of Norway are almost 90 years old, so it is possible, depending on what happens in this trial, that when the Crown Prince and Princess become the King and Queen of Denmark, the Queen's son could very well be in prison. Girish.
Okay, Syan Vallance, we'll check back in with you as this trial advances, but thanks very much for that update.